All right, g'day everyone. This is Brett Salakis here for my second episode of Dojo FAQ. Now, this video blog that I'm going to be sharing with you today is all about maximizing parent engagement, not student engagement, but parent engagement. Now, before I begin, I'd just like to say on this beautiful Thursday, as I look out over my balcony, and I can see the Royal Easter Show, and actually a big currawong just landed on my budgie cage, trying to get at my budgies. But as I look out over my beautiful view that I have here, I know that the Socceroos are about to take on Germany in a game of football, game of soccer. And later today, Australia will be taking on the might of the Indian cricket team. Now, I mention these things for a few reasons because I'd like to have a bit of a prediction, a sporting prediction, and bear with me because I have a bit of a purpose for doing it. But I'm pretty confident that the Socceroos will hold their own against the mighty world champions in soccer, the mighty team from Deutschland, the German soccer team. I think it'll be a close game to begin with. I'm predicting a 1-1 draw at sort of half-time, teams level pegging and doing all right. But I think the Socceroos might be able to surprise and lull their more fancied opponents into thinking they might have the game. And a couple of quick goals. So I'm predicting Australia to score 3 unanswered goals in the second half, have a 1-1 first half, and possibly surprise everyone with a 4-1 final score. Now, I'll see if that comes even remotely true. But cricket today, I'm sure Australia will be able to manage the mighty Indian team. We're on a friendly wicket here with a game in Sydney, a game that traditionally a field where India hasn't had all that much luck. So I'm predicting that India will bat first. They'll win the toss. India will post a reasonable score, but Australia should be able to match their score. I'm saying that we'll be able to take that out with a good 5 or 6 wickets to spare. Pretty early on, I'm pretty reasonably confident. Now, it might be a bit silly, and probably by now I've turned half of the audience of this video blog off and saying, what on earth is he talking about? I'm trying to set an example of parent engagement. Now, hopefully I haven't disengaged anyone, but I'm reaching out to an audience that doesn't normally get reached out to when you come into school. So that might be the working parent. It might be, stereotypically, it might be the father who has to work and doesn't get to see their children's school very often, doesn't get to connect with the teacher, and is a little bit removed. Now, I say father because obviously that's my experience, and you know, been involved in schools my whole life, and I love teaching. I love my own children. Love teaching and working with the children that I work with. However, I haven't ever really been able to substantially transfer that from my school that I work at to my children's school because, funnily enough, I'm always at work when they're always at school. The curse of the teacher. Now, there's a lot of other working parents who are in the same boat. How do you reach those parents? How do we make sure that the parents that we connect with on the playground, the parents that we converse with as teachers, the parents that we're building these beautiful relationships with, are just not the lucky parents who don't have to have a dual income family, or they're not from a single parent family? How do we connect with the people who can't physically connect with us face to face? Now, that's one of the beautiful things, and then hence my example of talking a bit of sport and a bit of unnecessary sort of pedagogical work. But parent engagement, just like student engagement, needs to be fast, it needs to be purposeful, it needs to be relevant, it needs to be positive. I think if you're going to build positive relationships that are able to be built upon and with trust and all that sort of stuff, they have to be positive. And above all, they have to be non-discriminatory. Currently, I think schools are generally pretty bad at reaching people who have busy working lives. And the only way to reach those people are to punish the teachers and have parent information nights that run late in the evening. So you might be having teachers who are working 14 or 15-hour days just to be able to reach. And let's be honest, how many parents, after they've worked, can rush home, get the kids dressed, fed for dinner, bath, washed, back at school at 7:30 for an evening of maths instruction or whatever it may be. It's difficult for the parents. It's stress on the children at home. It's difficult for the teachers. It makes a challenge for everyone. So this is why this new breed of apps and this new breed of innovation that it's allowing us to connect with parents quicker, easier, more purposefully, and on time is so important. That's probably one of the best features of the new Dojo app. Children are monitored via Class Dojo. Parents can enroll in the class. They can get feedback. They can be emailed feedback on how their child is behaving, how their child is working within the class. But what I really like is this chat feature that's allowing me as a teacher to be able to get on my phone, get on my smartphone, send a message, type up a message. This is my pretend smartphone here. Send a message, go straight to mum or dad who might be in the middle of a board meeting and say, just want you to know that Mary Lou has just had a really great lesson in fractions. Been a battle for a little while, but you'd be really proud of her. She's got there. That sort of relationship building, that sort of connection, I think is the way forward. I think is absolutely golden in a contemporary environment. I think it's opening up the new opportunities of engagement, new opportunities to create a healthier school community, and the new Dojo app allows that sort of stuff to happen and happen very, very easily without it being too taxing on the teacher and too confusing for the parent. Look, that's my episode 2. I hope I didn't bore you too much with too many sports, and please, I hope you didn't take the score lines too serious and wager any money. I'm not too sure. I think I may have been slightly overly patriotic to Australia's chances in some of those games. I'm sure we'll do very well. Hopefully, we might be able to score a Quinella and have 2 wins. That would be spectacular, but we'll see how that goes. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time on Dojo FAQ. Cheers.